Match 36 sees the first of the reverse fixtures in this year's tournament. This is Visit Saudi presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout. RCB are on a high. They've won back-to-back games and they beat the Rajasthan Royals in a thriller in an afternoon game at the Chinnaswamy. Now they come up against a KKR side that don't look the team that they were when they beat RCB at the Eden Gardens, courtesy of Shardul Thakur's runs and Sunil Narine and Varun Chakravarti's wickets. So let's have a chat with Tom Moody and Shaun Tait, and let's keep this chat centered around Andre Russell because he's due. You want Andre Russell to win you a couple of games. As far as the numbers go this season, they don't look good. It seems confusing, the entry points too, Tom, but he can do some serious damage at the Chinnaswamy with his past records. Is this Andre Russell still up for it?
Look, I think he's just starting to brew, isn't he? He's had a couple of performances. He started slowly. He's had a couple of performances where he looks like he's finding the middle of the bat. His entry points have been inconsistent, but there's nothing different in that. We've always debated that over the years with Andre Russell. The intriguing thing for me with Andre Russell is his entry point for this particular fixture because of Wanindu Hasaranga.
Yeah.
Because if he's going out there and Wanindu Hasaranga's got 2 or 3 overs left in him, that spells trouble for Andre Russell.
Yep.
So I think they need to manage his entry point around that matchup.
It seems like they're still trying to figure out their best overseas combination. Suddenly Lockie Ferguson and Tim Southee are not part of the plans. They're going all-Indian team. The keeping options have been moved around. And David Wiesa and Andre Russell are playing together, whereas we thought they're one backup for the other. Now, surely somewhere, Sunil Narayan's doing his job, but surely somewhere this is perhaps a defining season for Russell. And if he doesn't fire, it could be a different KKR side.
Yeah, I think a bit of it's got to do with his bowling maybe as well. They're not sure how much he wants to bowl or what they're going to get out of his bowling. Maybe he's not even sure. I think he's one of those players. He's obviously got some. He carries a lot of niggles. It looks like he's, you know, it's a battle for him to always come out and bowl 4 overs or whatever it might be. So I think going forward, maybe getting used to the idea that Russell's going to end up just being the guy that comes in and belts sixes and maybe doesn't bowl at times. So. I think that's also with the whole overseas structure of the side. Maybe it's got to do with his bowling.
Yeah. Do you see it happening? A big Andre Russell innings this year, or now are you skeptical looking at KKR's mixed form and what you're seeing of them?
Well, I think you'd be a brave person to say that there's not one around the corner. I think there's a team that's going to cop it, and it's not going to be nice because we know when he goes, he runs hot, and particularly this venue. He likes this venue. You know, from memory, he has put RCB to the sword a few times. So maybe he'll take confidence in revisiting the Chinnaswamy Stadium and having that sort of positive vibe.
As we talk about RCB very quickly, though, that must have been a feel-good win against Rajasthan. They did slip up against Kolkata, and Narine and Chakravarti were a big part of that. Are we expecting them to have similar problems? We've already spoken at length about their reliance on the big 3, but are we expecting Narine and Chakravarti to have the same threat at the Chinnaswamy?
I think that's going to be a concern for them. There's no doubt that RCB will be very wary of those 8 overs and how they manage that. I don't think they can. I think Maxwell will just sort of swing from the hip, but I don't think the others will feel as comfortable. So they'll recognise that that's a key 8 overs that they need to manage. What's going to intrigue me is what option they look for with their overseas balance, because I would have thought the smart play would bring Tim Southee back into the side, given that he's also played for RCB. He understands the stadium, and it can swing there early on. And if they're going to compete against RCB, they need to take early wickets, and he's a new ball specialist.
And I guess you'd come in for Wiesa in that case?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you'd hope Jason Roy is all right. We're not sure what the news on him is.
Yeah, I think he is okay. Yeah. I've sort of had a chat to him outside of studio time, and
Why did you start with that then?
I think he's going to be okay.
Excellent.
But there's no guarantee with that. But it looked a lot more serious than what expected. But I think he's pulled up okay.
Very well. RCB still favourites, you think, for you? I mean, we saw the best of Harshal Patel in the last game, albeit an afternoon one. And with Siraj in the kind of form that he's in, they're batting. They seem to have more guns firing than KKR at the moment.
They do make clear decisions as well. They've got pretty good leadership. And like we said, KKR at the moment, they look a bit unsure still, whereas I think RCB pretty much know where they're going with things. But at the same time, they're sort of sitting at that stage of like, are they going to make the 4? Are they, you know, are they not? They're the team that's sort of
They
hovering around. Are they good or not?
Yeah.
type
They
thing.
need to win this
Yeah.
Yep.
to make that statement.